Hey everyone, so today we're going to be doing networking and collaborating, because what I find is often many business owners who choose to work with me come to me and they want to establish their online marketing, but many of them wish to do it so that they can actually stop doing networking. And in fact, a fundamental for me is always is that you cannot replace online. You cannot replace your offline marketing with online marketing. You still have to. It would almost be like cutting off an arm if you were to stop networking altogether. And when we talk about networking, I'm talking about in-person networking as well as online networking. So networking, both on and offline, is fundamental for business owner success, and omitting either of them is like chopping off one of your arms, like I said. Networking usually involves meeting new people who share a profession, industry, or interest. Networking involves an exchange of ideas and information between individuals, but it does not stop there. And I'm going to share with you some of the other reasons why it doesn't stop there. Networking can also help the lonely solopreneurs establish professional relationships and connections, which can lead to opportunities, collaborations, introductions, and partnerships. So some statistics for the left brain people in the room. 95% of professionals think that in-person networking is crucial to maintaining long-lasting business relationships. Who here thinks that? Okay. Crucial to maintaining long-lasting business relationships. Nearly 90% of professionals consider networking vital to their career development. Who believes in-person networking is vital? Cool. So why is networking good for you as a person, as a business owner? Well, firstly, it contributes to your social well-being. So all the introverts right now are thinking, no, it's the last thing I want to do. Number two, it leads to an exchange of ideas. It leads to and sometimes a difference of opinion, which is really good. So it can be quite thought-provoking. Number three, it helps you meet people at all professional levels, and also at all different, with all different expertise and all different levels of experience in different industries, which can obviously help support you. Number four, it boosts your professional confidence. And I really think that this is important, because if we are not feeling confident online or in person, I honestly believe that practice makes perfect. It can help you with either of these. Number five, it helps you to practice how to communicate what you do and to get feedback from that, whether or not people actually understand it. So if you've just stood up and done a 40-second pitch to a group of people, and they're going, I still don't know what you do, it means you haven't perfected or your effective communication of what you do for who. So it allows you the opportunity to get that feedback and to practice how you communicate that. So to become good at networking, make sure, number one, research the group and the overall intention of that group. Okay. So why is the business owner running this group, this networking group? Who's in this group? What is the overall intention of this group? And number two is, how are you going to be able to get that group then to work for you? Are you looking for these members to become your clients, or are you looking for them to be your partners? What do you have to offer members in that group? And who do you want to be connected to from people in the group? So number three is, you then got to keep in touch with that network, okay? And that means following up. I went to a networking group last week. I was given a whole lot of, yes, I can connect you to this, I can connect you to that person. But if you do not go home and actually make those connections or follow up with those emails, it's not going to happen. So following up is really important. And the best way to do this, and I cannot say it enough, is allocate time in your diary for networking. So for me, I go to at least one in-person networking per week, if not two. So I look at the beginning of the week, when am I going to go? Where am I going to fit it in? How's it going to happen? I allocate time in my diary for it, and I allocate time in my diary to follow up with those connections. Number 5, regularly participate in those networking groups, meaning if you don't attend consistently or regularly, you're going to become lost, right? People aren't going to know who you are, what you're doing, and you're not going to be memorable, and they're not going to forge those trusting relationships with you. You then have to have one-on-ones outside of that event. So if there are key people inside that networking group, you don't wait till the next week, fortnight, month to go and chat to that person again. You contact that person via email and you set up a one-to-one outside of that meeting. Vitally important that you allocate that time for that. So follow through with the strategy. Ensure that your partnerships are mutually beneficial, meaning that whoever you get into partnership with, it's an equal energy exchange. You're not giving and not getting anything else in return, that they are a player. They are happy to play and participate fairly. Remembering that your referral partnerships need to have the same audience as you, but not be in competition with you. And I'm going to take it one step further and say that they have similar values to you. Similar values. Having different skill sets is great, but definitely the same values. And the last one is review whether or not you're getting a return on your investment. So I look at how much my networking costs me, not just in my networking fees, but the time that it takes me to go there, the time it takes me to follow up and follow through, the amount of money it costs me for breakfast. How much money does that networking cost me? And how many clients have I actually got from that? Not how many connections, how many clients did I actually get? What's the return on investment? You need to be tracking that. So 76% of people say that you need to know the right people in order to get ahead in your business. And I honestly believe networking is one of those ways. Cool. So grab out your pen and your paper. We've got 6-step process now to work on the pitch, because when you get to a networking group, they're going to give you 30 seconds to a minute to pitch who you are and what you do to a whole bunch of strangers in the room. And that is your 30 to 1 minute claim to fame, where they have to know straight away without an error of doubt what it is that you do and who you're wanting to be connected to and how they can support you. So remember, always look at who's in the room first before. I mean, I've got a whole lot of copy paste pitches ready to go, but when I get there, I look at who's in the room and I go, right, which pitch am I going to use that's going to persuade or compel the people that are in the room here today to get the result that I want from those people? And I often will swing it or change it a little bit so that it is personalized and specific to my audience. All right. So number 1, who are you? Because the first thing you're going to do is introduce yourself. So I'm Tara Cameron Smith, right? One sentence introducing yourself as what, as who, and think very specific about who you are and think niche inside a niche. Okay, so just jot down a sentence. How would you introduce yourself? So I might go, hi, I'm Chantel Girardi. I'm an online marketing strategist. I'm a hand-holding marketing consultant for business owners who manage their own marketing. So one sentence that introduces you. Now, remember, as we go through this, some of them are going to overlap, and that's okay. Rather write down more than less, because eventually what you'll do is take out some of the non-relevant stuff or the duplicated stuff, and you'll focus more on the other stuff. So number 2, what do you do or offer? So this is where you'd include your mission statement or your product or service, with maybe a sentence or 2 on what you do every single day in your business. So what do you do or offer? Now, number 3 is, what problem do you solve to who? For who? So identify the value you offer to your customers or clients. Avoid listing the features. Instead, concentrate on the benefits or the outcomes. So Leah might say something along the lines of, I help allergy-ridden people, and there'd be a nicer way to say it, allergy-ridden people to be able to enjoy the wonderful aromas of candles. So what problem do you solve for who? And again, think niche and start a niche, think specific. Think wow factor. And if you can't find a wow factor in what you do, you need to change what you do. because I'm hoping that you've got a business that you're absolutely passionate about. So number 4 is, how are you different? Okay, so this is your point of difference or your unique selling point. What sets you apart from other business owners? So why are you over everybody else? Perhaps you've got experience. Perhaps you've overcome something yourself. Perhaps it's a gap in the market. What is that? Why are you different? So number 5 is asking a question. And this over here is to grab somebody. It's literally to grab them and stop them and to go, yes, I am. So that they immediately connected to who you are. And I actually like to put questions sort of normally in about the 2nd or 3rd sentence. I actually like to have it up at the top. So I might introduce myself and then go, who here is stressed and overwhelmed with this new era of managing their own social media content and email marketing to consistently make sales and bring in leads? Who here is stressed and overwhelmed with that? So I often will put that, after I've introduced myself, I'll put that question there. Else I've been known to put it just before the call to action at the bottom. So you can play with the order of it. The thing is to brain dump it all down and then put it into a nice little pitch. And then number 6 is, what is the call to action? So once your pitch is done, what is the next step that you want to take that person to? So for Sally, we might go, so if you or you know someone who is an athlete and struggling to recover with muscle pain and fatigue, and they're looking for an innovative way to do that, here is my number. Email me, go onto the website, check out infrared sauna. So what is that next step that you'd like them to take? Sally might send them to the landing page for the infrared sauna because they may not know about it. So, hey, explore, go and read about infrared and the benefits of it. Go check it out. Because that might be the next step. They need to look at it before they just book in a session. So it needs to be logical in the customer's journey. All right, cool. So while you're brain dumping all of that down, and we are going to get a chance to pitch to each other after this, and we're going to get a chance to network and collaborate after this. And I know that today collaborations are going to happen right here. And this is something that I want to do more of with our live VIP audience. But before we do that, I just want to end with, why should we collaborate? And again, the introverts are going, I'm not sure if I want to collaborate. But actually collaboration can really help introverts. So collaborations is when a group of people come together and contribute their expertise for the benefit of a shared objective, project, or mission. Besides being fun, it allows you the opportunity to leverage each other's skill sets, to network, explore each other's channels, and expand your reach and make an impact. It also helps you keep accountable and engaged whilst encouraging innovation of mutual ideas. Okay, so that's my little spiel on collaborations. All right, so we'll leave it there for our online audience, and they can refer back to the blog because the checklist for the six-step pitch will be there. I actually have a couple of different pitch ideas or templates, so I will upload them as we go through them.